get into our listed segment. And before we get into the listed segment, I just want to let you know listed is not like other apps. It's an app where you can truly express your opinions and rank. At listed, you can create lists with creative aspects, mystery rank artists, movies, TV shows. You can also rank your opinions and share it with others instead of arguing in the comments. There is also Eliminate One, budget boards, and daily polls with tournaments. Join now and be part of the listed family. Now, I'm going to show you guys, if you guys are watching the stream, what listed kind of does look like. And so if you guys are looking at the screen, you guys do see it up right now. I'm just going to get rid of that. And so today we are going to cover, because we did just finish the fights in Philadelphia, best U.S. Northeast venues for fighting. And so we're going to start with number 5. I did switch it up a little bit after this because originally I had this at 4, but it's the Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia. Now, I love Philadelphia. I think it's a great city in the United States. There's nothing like Philadelphia, especially when it's hooting and hollering. The only issue I have with Philadelphia is, and I would say most people do probably think this as well, is the fans. And I'm not even saying that like as like a I hate Philadelphia sports fans, because I really don't. I think they're one of the most passionate groups in the world, in any sport. Obviously, you have all the soccer teams out in Europe that are just as crazy. But my issue with Philadelphia, for fights in particular, is anytime there was a grappling exchange, there was just boos. Now, I did think it was really funny when they booed Herb Dean this past weekend, but when you're looking at a UFC fight and you're booing any time there's grappling, like, you're not there to watch the like MMA. You're there to watch boxing, which I get it. Boxing is very entertaining, and boxing is one of the greatest sports that we've ever had. But if that's your intent, like maybe fighting in terms of MMA is just not for you. And so that's the reason I do have Xfinity Mobile Arena coming in at 5. Now, an arena that maybe most people probably have never been to, especially if you're just a UFC fan, is the Mohegan Sun over in Uncasville, Connecticut. And so, if you guys don't know, Mohegan Sun is a giant casino. It does have a very great arena. I believe it is currently the home of UConn women's basketball, as well as the Connecticut Sun, I think is the WNBA team. I think I heard they're relocating, though, to like Houston or something. But currently, they do host a WNBA team there. But on top of that, it is a casino in Connecticut. And I'll be honest, I probably would have had it higher than number 3. My only issue is, shout out Dylan Rush, shout out Pat Dana, shout out uh, Dylan Napoleon. I mean, when we were there, we didn't know that there's a hard cutoff on drinks in Connecticut, like after like 11 o'clock. So when you get out of here, there's nowhere to go have a drink, which is kind of a terrible thing. I mean, especially when you're in the media and you're not allowed to drink during the event, you kind of want to unwind. And if we didn't know that, so we didn't have drinks already in the hotel ready for us to go. But Xfinity Mobile Arena, or sorry, Mohegan Sun at number 4. Great a place. Again, just there's outside factors that kind of hurt Connecticut. Now at number 3, I do have the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. If you guys have ever been to Boston, it's one of the greatest places in the United States. I highly recommend it, but I also highly recommend going to the TD Garden for whether it's a concert or a Bruins game or a Celtics game, or if you are lucky enough to go to a UFC fight. I believe the last fight that we had there was the Sean O'Malley versus Aljamain Sterling fight. When I was in attendance, I thought that was incredible. I thought the Garden is just one of the best places that there is. And so for the Garden, I do have it over at number 3. Now, number 2 is an event that we're never going to see again, so which is why it kind of gets a special treatment. It's the White House. Now, I personally was not in attendance, but the White House is one of the coolest backdrops that we're ever going to see, along with like the Sphere in Vegas. It's one and done. It sounds like Dana is working on another one and done event, and it's going to be interesting to see what that is. But the White House does get my number 2. Just everything around it, because it's outdoors, it's a little bit different, because really no tickets were sold for the event. It makes the entire thing just so much more different. You had the live band. It's just something we'll never see again, and I can't stress that enough. So the White House is a cool number 2, and you can't make it a number 1 list without putting Madison Square Garden, which the UFC has made a mainstay for November events. I can't wait to be out there for Madison Square Garden in November. It sounds like the 14th. I've been talking a lot about it. I kind of think that it's going to be like Mackenzie Dern fight, could be a Justin Gaethje fight. But Madison Square Garden, if you guys have never attended Madison Square Garden or even been to New York City, as an American, I think everyone does have to go there. I would almost say you have to more so go to New York City than you do Washington, D.C. as an American, just because New York City, as much as it pains me to say as a Chicagoan, is where dreams are made. And it's a great city. Obviously, it could be better at times, but Madison Square Garden, when you're in there, you realize all the history, you see it all on the walls. Madison Square Garden is unlike anything ever. And so I do have to put that at my number one spots. And so that was our listed segment of best fight locations across the Northeast. Would love to hear what you guys think in the comments if you guys are watching on YouTube, Rumble, or X, or if there's comment section. I know there is on Spotify. I don't know if there is one on Apple Podcasts. Would love to hear what you guys think of that list.